Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Leon again from Level Up Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning back in. This is where I give you the tips and tools that you need to level up in your life, whether it's in your fitness journey or your life overall. Now, today, guys, I got a confession to make. I got something that's been on my mind that I feel like I need to talk about with everyone. Just to keep it real. To be honest, this has been something that I've been kind of thinking about over the course of the last 2-3 weeks. And to be even more honest, this kind of thought process initially kind of budded when I had first left YouTube again before. And it's this, oh my God. For some reason my face always has to itch when I'm recording videos. But anyway, so when I originally started my journey on social media, YouTube, etc., I thought that as a fitness professional, I needed to be right all the time. That I needed to express myself as somebody that is 100% correct about everything all the time, and doesn't have any doubt, doesn't have any worry that the information that I say might not be 100% true, or well, not true, but 100%. Correct, I guess. And that also carried to my my life coaching stuff too. I thought that I needed to portray somebody that had all the right answers, that knew everything, that knew all the best steps to getting your life together, because of my own experiences. And but then, guys, what I realized is that I'm 25 years old, right? I'm still very young, and the truth is that I don't have all the answers, Sometimes my ego may think that I do, but I don't have nearly enough life experience to, or even fitness experience to have all the answers yet. And I just kind of realized that that's totally okay, and that I shouldn't be trying to portray myself as somebody that does have all the right answers. I feel like people will respect me a lot more, and I'll respect myself if I'm on social media, at least. If I just be real, if I just be myself, and not have to seem like I have all the answers, not be Mr. Right all the time, and I just kind of come off as more like, okay, this is what I feel like might work, or this is what I've been learning about recently. This may work for you. And just kind of change the wording around the way that I portray, information that I feel like will help people. Because I just feel like that's more of a realistic expectation on my end to continue to produce content. Because honestly, when I left last time, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? It doesn't really feel right for me to sit here and preach to people like I got all the answers when I'm only 25 years old. I haven't even really truly done anything yet. I mean, I've been through a lot of shit, and I've conquered a lot of obstacles, and I've figured a lot of things out that most people my age don't until they're older. So I give myself credit for that. I'm not trying to discredit myself and say that everything I've said is invalid or whatever. I still have I have a lot of confidence in what I've said. I just feel like the way that I portray it comes across like I have all the answers, and that you need to listen to me, or else you're incorrect or whatever, or that that you could be doing better. And I just think that that's absolutely ridiculous, and that's not something that people can really relate with or take seriously. Because again, I'm 25 years old. It'd be different if I was much older and had a much more life experience, and then I was coming on and preaching things. Then maybe it would have a lot more validity, because I've really lived life, and I've learned from a lot of different things, and I've been around a long time. But the reality is that I'm still young, and I'm still learning a lot of things. I'm still learning how to figure out life. I'm still learning how to new things in fitness. I just happen to be much more curious than the average 25-year-old, in my opinion, and I just happen to apply a lot more knowledge than most young people, in my opinion. And so I try to do my absolute best with what I'm learning, and so it's helped me a lot. But I'm just genuinely kind of sick of portraying myself as somebody that has all the answers, because I don't, you know, I really don't. Um, and again, that's not to discredit myself, that's just to be real with you guys and just to be honest. So going forward, I'm really going to try to just be 100% real and be myself, and explain to you guys what I feel like is working for me and my clients in terms of fitness, and just kind of give you, I'll obviously continue to give you advice on things that I do in my life that help me to get to the next level in my life. But again, that doesn't mean that it's 100% correct or that that'll absolutely work for you. It's just, in this life, I feel like you can only really preach about what works for you. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. But I just kind of wanted to just be real with you guys and just just let you guys know, hey, look, like, I don't have all the answers. I'm still just a young guy figuring things out, doing his best, and that's how I want to be looked at from now on. I don't want to be, Mr. Right anymore, or feel like I need to come off as, someone that knows it all, because I don't, and I just feel like that would be much easier, again, for you guys to relate to, because a lot of the people that are watching me are young people, and they're not going to really be able to relate to somebody that feels like they got all the answers, because they don't have all the answers yet either. They're still trying to figure out their lives. And I think it'll be much more relatable if I just come across as someone that can understand that and empathize with that and work with that, compared to someone that is like trying to make it seem like he's above like that in terms of young people problems, when I'm absolutely not. I'm not above anything. And I want to be much more humble on social media and kind of, realize my place in this world still. I know I have great potential. I know that I got big dreams, and I'm working my ass off every single day to get to those dreams. And I'm sure that I will one day, but I still have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of time to spend in the game. I still have a lot of, mistakes to make. And that's okay, And I want everyone who's watching to understand that too, that it's completely okay not to have all the answers. It's completely okay to not feel like you're doing everything perfect, It absolutely makes sense to make a lot of mistakes at this age to learn how to do it better next time. Our 20s is really, from all the older people that I look up to that are successful, they all say that your 20s is just the years to just fuck up and just figure shit out, and make those mistakes while you're trying to figure life out. It's completely okay, because again, you're still young. We're still young. We still have so many years that we can improve ourselves. So don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to try. And that's like another thing too, is being worried about judgment and stuff like that as a young person. Very common. But people's judgment is never going to affect your life, really, in terms of the trajectory of your success, or just your life overall. It's just not, in my opinion, it's people's judgment can only go so far. It can really only affect you as much as you allow it in that moment, and then outside of that moment, it really doesn't do anything. So don't be afraid as a young person to take risks, to try something, because I'm telling you, as a young person, you're gonna feel so much better doing something that you truly love to do and enjoy doing, even if you're broke as hell doing it, than just keeping up with the Joneses, running the status quo, working that typical 9 to 5 that you don't like. Nowadays with the internet, it is absolutely a must that someone should at least try to, build something of their own. That should try to take advantage of the tons of free marketing and distribution that the internet, provides nowadays. in my opinion, I feel like if you don't want to try to take advantage of that, then you're really missing out on a lot of potential. Because again, our parents and our grandparents before us never had these opportunities. It used to cost a ton of money back in the day to build a business. It used to require a lot more work in terms of marketing and promotion and sales. It used to require so much more work to build a business from nothing. Nowadays, you can literally start a business by creating social media accounts, by posting on them, which is completely free. The advertising that we pay for through these platforms is so cheap compared to what it used to be. Building a business nowadays is really on easy mode, and that's led to a lot of businesses that have tried and failed compared to the past. I'm sure, I'm not 100% sure on that, but if I had to guess, I'm sure that if you create an easier outlet for things to happen, there's going to be more chances of people trying to do it and not being successful compared to successful. But the reality is that to not try nowadays is really, again, a waste of potential. Because at the end of the day, no matter who you are or what you like to do or what you want to talk about, someone might listen. Someone's gonna care eventually. And once that first person starts to care, then the next person will, and the next person, and then the next person, and then you can create something for yourself. Again, I don't need to be super famous to create a successful business. I just need a handful of people to want to do business with me, and I'll be good. It's really not about being crazy successful. And I also think too that we kind of have to, in my opinion, this is what I think that we kind of have to redefine our ideas of success too. I think that nowadays, because of the media, we think of success of being a millionaire and over, when the reality is that even if you were to make half that, you're still making most Americans. If you're making 400, 500 grand a year, that's absolutely insane compared to most Americans, and that's already very successful. That can do a lot of providing for you and your future families. You can reinvest a ton of money into your business. You can invest in yourself to set your family up for the next generation. I mean that I don't think people quite understand how much money that really is, compared to the typical 40, 50 grand a year that like the average American makes, right? So I'll wrap it up there, but again, from now on, I just want to, I know I kind of went on a tangent there, but the point of this video is to let you guys know that from now on, I'm just going to be 100% real, okay? I'm going to be taking you guys on this journey of mine in the most humble way that I can, and I'm done trying to sound like Mr. Know-It-All. I'm done trying to sound like I got all the answers and you need to listen to me, because I'm still young. And I still have a lot of life to live, and I feel like I need to start acting that way, okay? I need to start kind of humbling myself down a little bit and just being more honest, being more honest about my mistakes, being more honest about, my fears, my uncertainties, because, I have a lot of them, and that's completely natural, and that's okay. And I don't want to sound like I don't have any of that anymore, like I'm some Mr. Perfect, when it's absolutely not the case. And I think that's honestly completely unrelatable, to be honest. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you watched through the whole video, thank you so much for your support. That means a lot. I'm glad that I can entertain you. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell for all of my future uploads. Right now I'm uploading about once or twice a week, depending, so stay tuned. But yeah, follow me on all of my social medias. If you're interested in my online coaching service. You can contact me through Instagram and we can set something up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.